Then we'll start the discussion. Who is trainer 30? Hi, Sanjeev. Okay. Parul?
Hello, very good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Akansha. And I think, just give me a second. Just give me a second. So before actually starting the session, yeah.
So I'm a BBA graduate, sir.
Okay.
And after completing my graduation, I enrolled myself for like entrance exams for MBA. And side by side, I joined a job because I know I'm not a studious kind of person. I won't be spending 12 or 13 hours studying. So I joined an organization. The name was Manu International. I worked there for more than 2.5 years.
Okay, Manu.
Yeah, Manu International. So they were into trading of barcode labels and everything. Basically,
trading of barcode labeling.
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, printing sector, and they provided all sort of barcode labels and other labels like after labels, and QR codes, and providing software to enter the information into QR codes and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So right now you are into a job or you?
No, I'm not working.
Okay, you're not working right now. So and from Emarticus, what are you? From the FAB course, what are you looking at?
Well, basically, as I told you, that I enrolled myself for like entrance exams for the MBA, so I couldn't score well to get into the college that I shortlisted. So I was like to join this organization so that I could at least start my career through it, and after that, if required, I will do the MBA now. If
okay.
required.
Okay, sure. So, Akansha. Akansha, you're not audible.
Sir, can I type it then?
Sorry, your voice is too low. I can't hear you properly. Some issue with. Okay, Deepak.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm more keen to know about you.
Actually, I did my bachelor's in engineering in 2004. After that,
okay,
did my master's in metallurgy, master's of technology from NIT Jaipur.
Okay.
After that, I worked in one of the companies, Paulworth, who are pioneer in iron making technologies, and after that, I was worked as a project manager, and after that I've switched to this new group, this SMS group. They are a pioneer in providing technologies for steel plants and all. Till 2015 I was there with projects only. Then with an internal shift, I switched myself to finance. This is a very new number game to me. So there I started with cost controlling of all different projects, the projects ranging from 5 crores to 1,000 crores.
Mm-hmm.
to monitor those, and this is basically a controlling part.
Okay.
So after that, I thought I should enhance myself in the field of finance to some academic. I should gather it. So I am FRM,
Mm-hmm.
CFA level 1, currently going ahead with BITS Plani semester 2 for MBA Finance.
Okay.
This is all about me.
Okay. Good. Okay. So I should say that Deepak, you are actually trying to become a finance wizard by
No, actually, I
knowledge
do.
from
Yes,
MBA
please.
to CFA. Yeah.
Why I've chosen IFP? Because I'm a sponsored from this course is being sponsored by my company, because they want to push me into because we are also going aggressively on M&A part at a global level.
Okay.
So they want to put me in that part. So currently I'm looking as a project manager for one of them, and there's an internal transactions only. We are the group companies together. The first company I worked on, Paul Worth, was, now we are absorbing it. So this is the so basically I've joined it because I'm not finding any course which is differentiating to get more insight on the M&A part.
Okay. Okay.
But not only after this, the way we have been trained, we have from engineering graduates, it's, they go logically, and accounts and all doesn't go logically, but to us it has been taught like that the logic is also there.
I don't want to counter your view. I mean, I don't think there is anything where logic doesn't fit. So we'll take it offline. So yeah, now moving on to thanks Deepak. Really nice to know the I mean the effort which you're putting in upskilling yourself. So M&A is really a challenging job, pre to post. There are a lot of things which you have to go through. I mean, it's really a challenging job to be, and if you are going to oversee that, it will be going to be a good, really different, good experience which you're going to face. Thanks, Deepak. Now, Fazlur Rahman, Sahab, I'm waiting for your voice. साहब आपको सुन नहीं पाया मैं काफी देर हो गई. Yes sir, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yeah Fazlur.
Yes, sir. Well, this is me, MD Fazlur Rahman. I hail from Bihar. As far as my education qualifications is concerned, I am an MBA, and
Okay.
I have qualified SET exam, assistant professor from Tamil Nadu and Telangana.
Okay.
All right, sir.
Yeah.
And
So reason for FAP, or what are you looking from FAP?
because I have qualified MBA and I'm looking for a job in investment banking and investment banking and finance analyst. And
Okay.
the PSU sector consider the net set qualified candidate for this sector.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So currently you are working as a professor, or I mean, what is your?
No, sir.
Okay.
No,
So
sir. I have selected in the interview, but after interview I was not after interview I was not selected.
Okay.
All right, sir.
So right now, currently you're working somewhere, or I mean, how? I mean, are you working somewhere?
No, sir. But I have worked in Cognizant company.
Okay. So in Cognizant, what was your profile? Are you covering some sector or financial research?
No, accounts payable sector.
Account.
Accounts
Okay.
payable.
Okay. So, okay. Thanks, Fazlur. I'll come back to you. Yeah, Shrikant. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
My name is Shrikant. I did my graduation in science. Then I started working with CS firms.
Okay.
Currently, I'm giving taxation and consultancy services in taxation.
Mm-hmm.
And I joined this program to boost my career and to make a career in investment banking.
Okay. So how many years of experience you have?
I have 5 years experience in taxation and consultancy services.
Okay. And where are you based out?
I am based in Lucknow.
Okay, based out of Lucknow. Okay, and okay. So you are looking. I mean, obviously, everybody has their own objective. Yeah. Let's. Thanks, Shrikant. Now moving on to Trainer 30. I don't know. Trainer 30 might be the administrator. Okay. So there are two Megha Rawat. Are there two Megha Rawat, or the person is same and she has joined from two channels? Megha? Okay, there is some issue. Okay, Parul. So please introduce yourself.
Myself, Parul. I am MBA Finance. So I am based out in Delhi. So
Okay.
regarding my prior experience, I have nearly 7 years of experience with operations with Bank of America.
Okay.
Oh, and currently I'm not working anywhere. I took a tough decision in 2019 due to professional and personal reasons. I quit the job
Mm-hmm.
and decided to give my career a new shape.
Mm-hmm.
So with Imarticus, I actually wanted to say that there has been quite a difference between the expectations and reality. So expectations was only to have the knowledge of investment banking
Mm-hmm.
so that I can give a direction to my finance career.
Mm-hmm.
But when after now it's been 6 months almost, and we have learned a lot through this journey, and I'm glad I joined Imarticus because we have learned different types of areas and fields in this investment banking and finance and financial analyst. So I'm glad I joined this course.
Okay, good to hear about that. Okay. Thanks, Parul. Yeah. So Manmeet.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Manmeet. Yeah.
Sir, my name is Manmeet Singh, and I am BCom graduate.
Mm-hmm.
So after completing my graduation, I have completed my diploma in the banking operations, and I have joined ICICI Bank in the trade department.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 3 years of experience, and presently I am working in the ICICI Bank in the trade department in the operation side, client servicing. So basically, I'm dealing with the import and the export transactions,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm shifting to the investment banking because I hope the investment banking would be the better field. And presently, I'm pursuing the MBA in the banking and finance. It was my third semester, and my
Okay.
last semester was left.
Okay. So only one semester is left. Okay,
Yes, sir.
good to hear about this. I think Megha is the one only who is left. I think she left as well. There is some issue in connectivity. Okay, guys, good to hear about you. It's a very vast mix of people, though experienced people, matured enough to understand what they are looking into. Now, let me introduce myself. My name is Dhyaneshwar Bhardwaj. I'm a financial analyst working with an organization known as the Smart Cube. It's in Noida. I'm an MBA Finance. I did my MBA Finance from Indian Institute of Finance, and in 2004. So have roughly around 17 years of experience. Started my career with an online broker. It's a well-renowned name in the industry, Indiabulls Securities Limited now. Started with a broking house. from day one, I had a very strong inclination towards the research, that too financial research. In broking, you won't get it. Initially, I was of the view that they might have some research, and I'll be after spending some time in the core operations, I'll be moving to the research. But eventually, they already outsourced that division to some company. After spending around 3 years there, then I realized now it's the right time to move. Then I moved to Bangalore. Now it's a private company now. Earlier it was Amba Research, then got acquired by Moody Analytics. Moody name changed to Moody Analytics. So I worked there for 4 years. Started actually real role of a financial analyst there. After working for 4 years, then I thought, let me move to NCR because I belong to Haryana, but staying in NCR region. So thought to move back, and then landed up in the Smart Cube. So I have been with TSC for last 11 years. I'm a hardcore financial analyst. I've eventually covered all the sectors which are there in the GICS list. Majorly, I've covered telecom as a sector, and my team covers many big sectors from metal mining, oil and gas, telecom, chemicals, for US and European clients. So we are a third-party research organization where we provide research support to them. So right now I'm a project lead, or I don't know, but designation doesn't matter in our industry. So from day one, you are analyst until you are working, you are the financial analyst. It's just that you get more number of experience years. So that is my profile. I'm happy to have you all here. And when I was listening to the introduction part, one thing which I can make out from the group, that everybody knows what is their objective. Somebody is coming from one part and somebody is coming from the different parts, but when you are clear that what is your objective, one thing, whosoever is looking for an upgradation in skill set from a job prospect, for that, what is important is we have to actually market ourselves. And when I say we have to market ourselves, we have to actually, I think you might have done SWOT analysis now. So do a SWOT analysis for yourself, and then try enhancing your CV from the points which more suits you. Because first and the foremost thing which we need to do is to actually make our CV in such a way that it got picked, because that is the first criteria. Till the time it's not picked, we are where we are. So the most important part is our CV, and for CV to get into limelight, I can say that whatever statements you find relevant for you, or in terms of like financial modeling, valuation, investment banking, financial research. So all those make either put jumbled words, make a story out of it, so that it should be in your summary where you are giving brief about that, so that the moment somebody screen it out from the looking for a particular guy in a financial research, so that should actually pick from the screening point of view. Once it's get screened, then obviously after screening the anyone from the company, most likely HR will get in touch with you, and that is the area, that is the time when you have to showcase that yes, you know something. So that the most important thing is we have to actually make our CV. So the people who are actually making a shift, like if I can say that, Parul, you can start from start as a fresher, or when for Deepak it's a very different case, but for Fazlur, Shrikant, or Sanjeev Ranjan, so things are totally different. And if I talk about Rohit, when you had a very good exposure in Manu International, uh, so whosoever has experience, start jotting down the strong points of your experience, because what I can say that experience always count. It's not that experience is not relevant. I mean, at least experience would give you the maturity to execute work. So work is done with the attitude. If you have a positive set of attitude, things will fall in line. I mean, I don't want to put a statement that we are not doing a rocket science. We are doing a very good work, because it's not easy. It requires a particular skill set. And if you do things with a right mindset or right attitude, things will fall in line. So when I say that, think about your 2 years or 3 years of experience, the good work you have done. Make that, try picking something from there, because you are coming from different backgrounds. And when you are coming from different backgrounds, crux lies over there only. If somebody has spent 7 years, or they were delivering on their part, that's why they were, I mean, into that trade, or you can say that you were into that job. So start thinking from that prospect, where you can talk about your experience. And when you look at your history of experience in that, try jotting down, write 2 to 3 pages of your experience, and then bifurcate that, what could be qualitative, what could be quantitative. Because what I'm looking at, it's not only the one objective, right? There might be a situation where you can't reach to your goal in a straight line, so you might have to take different routes. So first, what you need to do, or what we all have to do, we should know ourselves first, that who we are. I mean, if you'll ask me, I can speak number of hours about myself, what I have done in first job, second job, what I learned from there. Because when you start writing or jotting down these things, then you will start knowing that what is the core strength of yours. And if I know what I am and how best I can use my tools, gaining a skill set will definitely help you. But somebody will get a very good tailwind or push from backside of based on your experience. Once you do that, I mean, what you learned in your career, or the total number of experienced years, after that, start thinking about the industry, what you have learned about the industry. First stage, I'm saying that you just know what you did in the last 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever experience you have. Once you know that, after that, start thinking about the industry in which you are working on, because you need substantial material to speak about. So once you know what you did, then you should talk about what industry you were catering to. I mean, Deepak has a very added advantage over there, because he actually in and out in the steel industry. I mean, and right now when he is moving ahead, he has very good amount of experience under the belt. But I'm not saying that others don't have. If somebody is working in some industry and he can think about the positioning of their company, what all are the peers, so whatever we have learned in the course are really the points which we have to apply practically to the industry in which you have worked on. Because once you start knowing an industry, when you spend 2, 3, 4 years in the industry, you know better than anyone else about that. You have a hardcore experience of working in the industry. So what you know, a financial analyst who is actually doing research from the arm's length may not be able to know the nitty-gritties, how actually industry functions, what aspects you know better than somebody. So once you jot down all those things, make a try developing a view on that and put that on the LinkedIn. Nobody can stop you from putting your views on LinkedIn. Join industry specific forums where start commenting about what you feel should be or could be, or changes needed for the industry, so that you can come into the limelight. Or in a way, what you're doing, you are projecting yourself as an expert of the industry. It doesn't matter whether you have worked on one part. So once you start looking at the industry from an outside, what you were doing, how industry has shaped, then lot of other things will come into picture, and that will be the starting point. And if you just do these two exercises, knowing yourself better, we know we know ourselves very much, there is no doubt about it. But I can say that if I'll start writing about myself, I think hardly I could write a page. So there will be, and when I'll be writing the same thing after a certain period of time, I'll do this exercise a couple of times, then the mindset and thought process will be different at different point of time. Jot down, filter it, and have 1 or 2 pages about yourself first thing, and then talk about the industry. Write 1 or 2 pages in which look around, try drawing a map of landscape of the industry, where your company fits in, what you could do. Even if you if somebody is working with a CA firm or was into banking, so then try picking up a sector which actually excites you, or I can say that your area of interest. Read about that sector, so that you have something handy when you are facing an interview or talking to somebody. Try gaining experience, because that is something which is lacking in ourselves. Writing is really a challenging job, and writing right now is opening up in a big way. Ultimately, even if you become a financial expert, you know how to build models, you know how to value a company, you have to put across your point in a writing stuff. And if you will start from day one having a habit of becoming a writer, financial writer, it takes time. It's not that you want from the day one you will start as an expert. So first, knowledge, what you can express, is the best experience would be if you start with knowing yourself, what you gained, what is your actually expertise. That will help you in showcasing those qualities in your CV. And because first, once we know ourselves, that is what I think that is the very easiest point from where we can start. After that, talk about your industry, make 1 or 2 pages, talk about all the landscape which is there in the industry, and put that on LinkedIn, join forums. And who knows, you might be coming into somebody's target line on LinkedIn, and things can change. Because why I say so, right now, if you remember, now everybody is moving to the subscription model. You just go to ET, they just give you 2-3 lines, and then after that they'll say that you need to subscribe. And when the normal news is also moving to a subscription model, people will get paid for. for writing. And if you read those contents, do one free trial. Don't, if you like, subscribe it, because gaining knowledge is very important, and you will be able to gain knowledge continuously if you are actually passionate about that. So so that is one area what I'm looking, people are more inclined towards. So and see, this sense of feeling will be totally different when you write something and somebody appreciates you, because in that they'll acknowledge your knowledge, and you know better about your industry in which you are working, or if you have your core interest in one of these sectors, then then probably you can write more. So these are the couple of exercises which are very important. If you after spending 3 to 6 months in the course, now you whosoever is not from the background also understand that. And I'm talking about plain stuff. I'm not saying that uh, in the burn your midnight oil and make something which is kind of a black box. So these are the things which are very basic, and you, if you start practicing these things, definitely your knowledge will increase. And on LinkedIn or various other channels, things could be in light to the relevant people, and many other opportunities could come. And writing is a pain, because I don't know whether you guys are right now into a reading habit or not. Most of the time, earlier it required a very dedicated effort to read a book. Now everything is in your mobile, and most of the time what we are busy with our mobile only. So if you are into a reading habit, that's an added advantage. And because I always believe in that, everybody has a very unique and different way of looking at things. So once you use your skill set to look at different things, your perspective will be different. And where people are heading, if we will, I mean, I'm not asking you to follow, but what I'm saying that just look at what's happening outside. And if everybody is going into the subscription mode, start writing. You might be writing for some of the good websites, Seeking Alpha, or many other portals which they need writers. I mean, sometimes I came across people who are working remotely for a US organization and doing research from here. One guy working from India and doing publishing papers, and they have a mandate of two papers per week, and that ways they are working, and things are things are working well for them. So that is one area, one thing. Now I'll open the house for specific questions if you have for me, so that I can answer them or think differently to get you something which you are looking from this session. Okay, so can I ask you one thing? Whatever I told you in last half an hour, do you think it makes sense? Anyone?
Yes, I agree. LinkedIn is a very good platform. I don't know about the opportunities and job opportunities, but yes, you get noticed and you get appreciated. People comment. That's the true part.
So actually, we have to look for the other mediums from where we can use those platforms for marketing. So LinkedIn is something which is more professional. Or if you can put your comments on Twitter, that is also good. I mean, or you can follow somebody on Twitter who is your role model, or what's happening around. around the industry or the idea which you are looking at. So that's why actually we have to build. And once we start this journey, definitely it will take you to the desired level, because first you have to be at the right place at right time. So if you're at the right place at right time, then I think nobody can stop you from achieving what you are looking at. Emarticus is giving you a launching pad, but at the end, it's all your effort which you have to put, or as the saying goes, जितना गुड़ डालोगे उतना मीठा होगा. So effort तो we have to do. So that is what actually is the driving force. I read a lot, try writing. I'm not doing that because of some restrictions in my job profile. I can't use my name because I have signed many non-disclosure agreements, and when I'm working with particularly clients, then IP is an issue, so I don't want to get into trouble. So that is something which is, but you are living in a free world where you can start writing about your area of interest or a particular industry, so that it will give you the double benefit. I mean, so that you are increasing your knowledge and able to showcase that as well, that you know, because unless and until you market yourself, nobody is going to come and do that for you. And social media, I mean the professional social media, I'm not talking about Facebook or WhatsApp. So that gives us a very good platform for marketing ourselves. If you have a very core expertise, look for freelancing websites where you are can contribute and earn as well. At the end, everything boils down to earning. So that is what. So what I'm of the view that sooner or later everybody will get job. Job is not an issue. I mean, it's a very big industry, wide industry, and there are people around, but we what is required is the quality of people. I mean, matured, able to deliver good stuff. So that is what it is required, and quality people are always required. And churn is very high in our industry, and the people who are joining this industry are moving up the ladder. So requirement is there. It depends on where you land up initially, because if we are a normal MBA finance, I mean, sorry to say normal, normal means, I mean, if we are an MBA grad and looking for a job, so banking and insurance right now are the two. Earlier, broking was also the one who were offering jobs. So we eventually land up either in banking, insurance, or the broking houses in our first job. And slowly and gradually, then we realize that whether the core skill set which we specialize in are mapping to what we are doing in our job or not. So because I mean, in our industry or whosoever in any one of the industries, the point here is in any of the industry. Sorry, I actually lost that. I saw Akansha's message now. Sorry, Akansha, I just noticed your comment. Yeah, you can write. I'll read for you. Please write. Sorry, I just saw the message. So I was mentioning that about the industry. When we go to one second, just let me jot down my thoughts. Yeah, I got distracted because of I couldn't see the Akansha's message. So yeah, that's very important. And when we, I deal with people, the people like you who have different exposure to different industries and getting their skill set enhanced from one of the training institutes like Emarticus, and they come for an interview. What I find is the people are actually lacking the practical exposure. So Emarticus gives you a good opportunity to actually do practicals during the course, so that it helps you in bridging up that gap. If for the sake of argument, if I give you an example, I recently interviewed a person. He was very good at academics, but when I started asking the practical questions, so then it was really difficult to deal with those things. So that is what I say. Somebody has some advantage, somebody has different advantage, but quality people are really required in our industry, because this industry is not something which anyone can come and master it, because it is an analytical industry. There you need to use your brain, and when you apply a proper logic, things will fall in line. Then only it makes sense, because it's a at the end, finance is involved into it. Somebody is going to take a decision on your advice, and it can't be illogical. So Deepak, I hope you now agree with me that logic is very much required. Otherwise, it's a building block for any of the thing. Yeah, Deepak. Yeah, please.
Yes, yeah. Actually, you're talking on IB. Investment banking.
Yeah.
So it's an analytics, a big. You can say that this is a big sub, and it has many. Okay. Have a expertise, because IB have in M&A part. You can go in valuation part. These are the, I think, different skill sets, because investment banking, you cannot be a professional in all fields. Nobody can be.
Yeah, you are
so
right.
What in industry actually is, I just want to know, but the different skill sets of what, because I'm not very much conversant on what are the different skill sets being required, and if you want to push yourself towards IB.
Deepak, in IB, what you need is a very good marketing skills, because at the end you have to sell what you have. So first and the foremost thing is the marketing skills. But let me explain you the industry dynamics. Then you probably will be able to map what all skill set. In IB, majorly these people are suggesting to clients that could be a potential buyout.